Good evening, everybody. I have caffeinated, I have showered, so I think this is the maximum amount of energy that I'm gonna have for the day, which is not much, but let's work with it and see if I can't get a couple videos done. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. I am on YouTube showing my journey to reach financial independence and retire early. And yeah, I've been at this game since 2018. Sharing my budgets on the channel. I normally do a mid-month budget update, but I have to admit that February just kind of got away from me and I did not get to do the mid-month budget update. But I will do the February budget review, definitely. And it'll be coming out the 1st of March, somewhere around there, because my last paycheck is actually on the very last day of February. So I will definitely get that video up because this has been a good income month, but also a higher than expected expensive month. So I'm actually cutting it very close as far as meeting my goal for how much money I wanted to pay towards my car payment this month. I had a goal to throw $4,200 at my car this month, and I am really cutting it close, but we'll see if I can do that once I get to the February budget review video. This video is going to be for the March budget plan. So let's go ahead and jump into my budget spreadsheet and see how March is shaping up for me. Okay, here we are looking at the March 2024 budget plan. So starting at the top, as always, with my planned income for the month. So I usually do carry over just a small balance from month to month. It's really inconsequential to try to plan for how much it is. I mean, sometimes it's like 10 bucks. So for the purposes of the March budget plan video, I just leave this blank. The only income I am planning on having for March is my 2 normal paychecks. And I bring home about $2,400 every paycheck. I'm not planning on getting any overtime shifts in March that I know of at this point. And I am filming this on Wednesday, February 21st. So, I mean, that could always change. I could always, pick up a shift here or there if somebody either calls out or decides they want to take a vacation. But as of right now, I'm not planning on getting any overtime. Credit card rewards here, this is just cashback rewards if I decide to actually cash out what I have and send it to my checking account. As of right now, I've got about 50 bucks that I could cash out of there, and I'm not planning on doing it for March, so that's blank. And as for AdSense, that is the YouTube income from me making these videos, and I did get a paycheck for February today, actually. So you can actually see that reflected over here in my year-to-date totals column. I like to keep track of some things, how much I'm spending year-to-date on certain items, or in this case, how much income I'm bringing in from doing this YouTube channel. So, and this is just what YouTube pays me. This does not include the things like affiliate income if somebody uses one of my Amazon affiliate links, for example. This is just strictly YouTube. So, yeah, and I got $114.71 so far for the year from doing this YouTube channel. Total income so far for the year from all sources, I mean, we're going into March and I'm already at 15K. I still have one paycheck coming at the end of February too. That is not reflected in this total. A lot of this is from a retention bonus that I was paid by my employer. If you are new to the channel, I do ultrasound for a living and I work third shift. And with the way healthcare has been over the last few years, I'm lucky in a way that my career is in such a high demand right now that my employer decided to pay us retention bonuses, and that has been slowly paid out to those of us who took those retention bonuses over the last couple years. I have one more payout coming in January of 2025. Anyhow, for the bills and spending section for March, so this is actually smaller than what I initially thought it was going to be. One thing that I did have listed that I took off of March because I actually ended up doing it early here in the month of February was my tax preparation. I do pay a CPA to do my taxes. I just think it is well worth the amount of money that she charges me for the peace of mind to know that it's done correctly. So she charged me $250, and I thought that I was going to do that in March, but like I said, I did it early in February, and that's fine. I mean, it'll just save me $250 in March, and the earlier I can get those filed, the better, because I am actually going to get a federal tax return this year of about $1,300, so that'll be nice. I have budgeted for that in April. I don't know how long it's actually going to take for that to automatically deposit in my checking account, but if I happen to get it early in March, that would be a nice boost. Y'all know what I would do with it. I would put it on my car debt, as soon as it comes in, I will send it right to the car debt until this balance is zero, and we're getting there. So, yeah, I don't know if it will come in March or not. I have put it on the April budget just to be safe. I don't want to plan for it and then have it not show up, I am also getting a tiny refund from the state of North Carolina, $144 there, and I'll just throw that in the budget whenever I get it. I have it on the April budget, but I don't know when it'll actually show up. So, bills and spending, my mortgage payment is going to be $840, like always. Utilities, I'm budgeting $150. That is trash, water, sewer, and power bill. Internet, I'm budgeting $65.25, although I do suspect that this March is going to be the month that they'll probably up my rate. We'll see what happens. I am waiting on fiber internet to be installed on my street here. The whole town where I live is getting it basically, so there are multiple streets where they're working on it. Eventually they'll get to me, so until then I'll just keep paying AT&T whatever, but as soon as I have the opportunity, I will drop them like yesterday's news and get my fiber internet. Phone, this is Mint Mobile. I only pay once a year for Mint Mobile's service. I have been using them for years. I love them. I love only paying once a year. And if I'm not mistaken, I either have the 15 or 20 gigabyte plan per month. I don't do the unlimited because I don't need it. I just do not use that much data every month. So for the entire year, my cell phone usage is going to be $263.76. I am pretty sure that that's what it's going to be. I may have just copied this over from last year's budget too, but whatever it is, it won't be far off from this. Gas for my car, I am budgeting $100 there. Food and household, $600 like always. Try to stick to that. Meds, vitamins, and protein here. I actually am budgeting $125 for this month. I know I am getting low on protein, so I'm gonna have to buy that in the month of March. So I did budget a little bit there. Vitamins and medicine, I don't think that I need to budget for anything for March. We'll see. This is just one of those things that when the expense pops up, I throw it in the budget. Personal spending, again, this is something I like to keep track of, but I don't necessarily budget for a certain amount every single month. But I do want to keep track of my annual spending, how much I'm doing on personal spending. So this is why I really like this year-to-date totals column that I added. And actually, I'm going to change anyway, this category from personal spending to personal spending / miscellaneous, because I had a couple of weird things pop up in February that just didn't really fit in any other category, so I'm leaving it at that. Oh, now y'all can't see the whole thing, so let me fix that. There we go. All right, and yeah, I did not budget to spend anything on personal spending in February, so y'all are probably looking at this $510.65 for the year, like, what the hell did you do in February? And we'll get to that when I do my February budget review, don't worry. So yeah, that's what I was kind of talking about as far as extra expenses that I did not budget for popping up in February. Anyhow, moving down into the debt section, the last debt that I have is my car, and that is what I'm working on very aggressively right now to get that paid off. I am hoping to have it paid off by the end of May, if not sooner. Now that I know I am getting a tax return this year, I might even be able to get this car paid off sooner in April. Possibly. We'll see how things go. As of right now, when I'm filming this video on February 21st, this is what I owe. I owe $8,402.24. My goal for February was to get this balance under $6,000, which means that I still have about $2,400 that I need to pay on the car to get it under the $6,000. And y'all can see how much my paychecks usually are. I've got one paycheck left coming, so this is what I mean by me saying I am cutting it very close here in February. So I don't know if I'm actually going to hit that goal or not, but we'll see when I do the February budget review. But as for right now, the car balance is sitting at $8,400 essentially. And for the March monthly plan here, I am going to try to throw another $2,600 on the car, whatever the balance happens to be once we get to March. And again, if the tax return comes in early in the month of March, I can throw that $1,300 onto the car as well. I am basically just putting all of my extra money on the car right now, and hopefully it will get paid off sooner rather than later, as long as I stay focused on it like this. The last section here is the investing and fire tracking portion of the budget. Now, most of this is for channel members only, and I will go over the totals here with the channel members when I do my budget review videos. I do still publicly share the savings rate for the month and my percentage progress towards my fire number, but I have it blacked out right now because it's not accurate. It's not going to be accurate until we can get into the month of March and I can update what my portfolio balance is once we get to March. So I have it blacked out for right now, but in the budget review video, I'll show you guys my percentage progress to fire. And just a tiny spoiler alert, as long as the market holds here, because it has been on an upswing most recently, but as long as that holds, I have hit a huge milestone as far as my fire number. I am now over 50% of the way to my net worth goal that I have in mind for my fire number. So that is a absolutely astounding, huge milestone that needs to be celebrated. How have I celebrated it? I haven't. I just haven't. I know that I really should, and maybe I will here soon, but I am so focused on just getting this car debt gone right now so that I can really start investing aggressively, that basically that's all I'm really thinking about. But yeah, I'm, as of right now, over 50% of the way to my fire number. So that feels amazing. And yeah, maybe some weekend when I have the energy for it, I will celebrate that somehow. Anyhow, as for the savings rate for March, I am going to copy over everything in the budget and paste it over. So we'll see what my projected savings rate would be, as long as everything goes exactly according to plan, which it never does, but just for curiosity's sake, let's see what my savings rate would be if it does. Yeah, it's not very impressive. But that's because all of my extra money is going towards the car debt, and I don't count the car debt payments into my savings rate. All this includes is how much of my income is actually going towards investing. And I do also count my principal mortgage payoff, and that is usually around like $200 a month. So let's just throw that in there. Okay, it bumps it up a little bit to 16%, so that helps. But yeah, this is why I'm really focused on the car right now, because I fully expect that once I have this car debt gone, which will be very soon, my savings rate every month should be at least 60%. At least 60%. I am going to aim for 70% or more every month. And that's going to feel really good. So yeah, that's why I'm so hyper fixated on my car debt right now. I'm just doing everything I can to try to get rid of that as quickly as I possibly can. And that way I can focus more on the investing. So yeah, that should wrap it up for the March budget plan. Thanks for watching as always if you've made it to the end of this video, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye y'all.